One of the many advantages that technology has brought us is the ability to gain a better perspective of the world around us. With advancements such as drone technology, we can now witness the most captivating and bizarre phenomena that may have gone unnoticed in the past. In this video, we'll take a closer look at 6 strange and peculiar events that were captured by drones, giving us a rare glimpse into a world we may have otherwise missed. So, join us on this fascinating journey as we explore these unexplained occurrences. Number 6. Shark attack. Sharks are very gruesome sea animals that nobody would like to encounter, and although they could be tamed, they're impossible to be conquered. A shark's killing instinct is next to none. And in this footage, we see that the shark is gearing up to have the fisherman for lunch. This footage would be captured in Port Lincoln, Australia, where we get to witness the energy of a great white shark. Apparently tired of being hunted by shark hunters and taken in for sport, this enormous 18-foot shark decided to ambush an innocent crab boat. And odds are that the shark thought the crab boat was a shark hunter and moved in with the intent to kill. This great white shark attacked the crab boat ferociously, wanting to destroy the boat and have the sailor for dinner. Port Lincoln, apart from having a breathtaking view, is notorious for its abundance of sharks. They even have a lucrative cage diving industry. Perhaps the shark was simply on a mission to send a message to tourists and other visitors pertaining to the dangers of being caught in the wild in that region. The great white tug at the boat, with all of its strength of 1,000 sharks trying to destroy the engine and topple the boat over. The fisherman tried to scare the shark away, but the tricks and techniques only incited the anger of the predator. It tugged at the side of the boat with all of its might, hoping to capsize the boat and tear the fisherman to shreds. After many moments of struggle between man and shark, the man then decides to move away from that region. As it was apparent, the shark was out for the kill. Number 5. The Detonating Man. Most times we don't actually get to know what or how people feel at a particular time. There's always that reclusive neighbor that keeps to himself, has no friends or family, and you never see him come out of his home. This drone footage would be captured in Westminster, Colorado, and it features a man's rather inventive but destructive suicide method. While others may cut their wrists, shoot themselves in the head, overdose on drugs, or even jump from a cliff, this man needed to leave the world with a blast in order to make the headlines in the least. Gary Pine would be 59 years old when he decided that he was done with life, and after thinking of the least boring way of dying, he then decided to blow himself up with his house. Gary lived in a home that used natural gas, so in the middle of the night he disconnected the line, allowing the gas to flow freely throughout the home. And that's when he lit a fire, and there went his home, his body and his life. The explosion was so massive that it sent bits and pieces flying up to 2 blocks away from the house. Nothing was left of the man that could be salvaged, which included the parts of his body. Neighbors would acknowledge the enormity of the blast, as it almost took down their homes as well. Someone even compared the blast to the effects of a hand grenade. Residents have admitted that the blast was shocking. But what was more terrifying was the fact that they'd been living close to a suicidal man for years, and nobody had any inclination as to the degree of his depression. One thing that should be mentioned here is that although people do go through a lot of issues, taking your life is not going to solve them, and it will only create an abyss in the hearts of those that love you. So, if you or anyone that you know is struggling with these things, then by all means do get the proper help that you need and save yours or someone else's life. Number 4. Drone meets tornado. Prior to the development of drones, tornadoes have been observed from a very safe distance. The extent of its movement and unpredictability would make it one of the most feared natural disasters ever. However, in the footage that we see now, a daring drone makes its way into the whirlwind of a tornado. This tornado would be captured by tornado freak people who love capturing tornadoes on their drones. Before the invention of the drones, these people would go as close as they could with their cars in order to capture the weather phenomenon with their cameras, and now they have a very high-definition system that would get them even closer to the tornado without putting them in harm's way. In the breathtaking footage, the drone pilot pursues an enormous tornado across a ranch in Oklahoma, getting increasingly close to the massive whirlwind with each second. This is a feat that's never been achieved by anyone who's in their right mind. Tornadoes are known to disastrously remove anything that's in their path, and the footage breaks the record of the closest view that anyone has ever had of a tornado. This footage would be recorded by a crew of extreme weather enthusiasts, known as WX. Chasing terrifying footage shows the gigantic tornado taking apart everything that's standing in its way. However, the drone captured the event and was able to navigate its way willfully away from the tornado's path. The video would be uploaded on Facebook, recording a massive amount of views, comments, and likes. The owner of the ranch where the tornado would occur commented on the video, saying thanks for sharing. "This was on our ranch. Amazing footage, so thankful. No damage. One beautiful thing about these drones captured videos is that it gives everyone the feeling of a real thing, even though we don't get to experience it firsthand. Who would want to experience a tornado or a shark attack firsthand? Anyways, let me know all about it in the comments section down below." Number 3. Creepy clown crow. There's a limit to the kind of weirdness that anybody should be able to stomach, and for some people in pop culture, clowns are the thing that really creep them out. With their bright coloured outfits, their face paint, and their general regalia, they can be extremely creepy for some. This footage shows just how weird that clowns can be, and the extent to which they can take their creepiness. In 2016, clown videos were a very big deal. People were dressing up as clowns and shooting videos in the weirdest of places, all in a bid to make a name for themselves on the internet. Sitting comfortably on the #1 spot of the creepiest of clown acts is the clown crow, although we don't know if it was staged. The footage does show a clown that's dressed like a scarecrow. The video is captured by a famous YouTuber, Volcano. The YouTuber says that the idea he had was to capture the beauty of his town and some surreal footage when he came across a very strange thing in a cornfield. At first, one may not know that it was a clown, but upon closer inspection, it gave the clown away, and then that's when the clown made a run for it. The footage shows the clown running away from the field in a freaky manner, and if it's not weird, well then, I don't know what weird is. Number 2. Sneaking stranger. Everybody's weird in their own way, but for drone footage, we may not have known how weird that people can be. This next video shows a man sneaking up on a couple who are having a good time on their boat. The footage proves that even in the most relaxed of atmospheres, one should always look above one's shoulders to be sure that one is safe. This implies that even if you were in your room or even in the middle of the ocean, like this, couple weird things can meet up with you. The man had the intention of stealing from the couple, but the drone footage saved the day. The sneaking stranger was then apprehended by the local police where he was quizzed, and once again, the drone saves the day. Number 1. The Volcano Man. Now if you've ever wondered what the fires of hell would look like, then you could take a road trip to the volcano Vanuatu. Nobody in their right mind would want to attempt a trip to a mountain filled with boiling lakes of magma. However, there are people who do try the unthinkable, and some live to tell the story. Others, however, are not so fortunate. In this case, legendary film director and producer Sam Kaufman decided to take on the challenge. He would venture into the heart of the Marham crater, a live volcano that's located in Vanuatu, Oceania. This crater is one of the deadliest volcanoes in the world and could melt an individual standing within a 15-mile radius. Kaufman was determined to break the barrier, so he got a resistant suit that could withstand the heat of the massive 3,000 degrees, and also went in with a drone that followed his every step. The drone recorded the daring moments that the man had walking on the sloppy mountain with a pool of boiling lava staring at him. This volcano is full to the brim with lethal sulfuric acid, which means that a wrong step and he would be toast. He was able to reach the edge of the mountain, completing what was otherwise thought of as an impossible task. Thanks for watching.